it gives me great pleasure to address the 11th Global Counterterrorism Forum Ministerial Plenary, and to do so for the first time. I also congratulate the Forum on its 10th anniversary. South Africa wishes to commend the co-chairs Morocco and Canada and the administrative unit for convening this meeting in this time of challenge posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. This forum brings together a wealth of practical technical expertise from different regions of the world. These diverse perspectives and experiences have contributed positively to addressing the evolving threat of terrorism, which requires all of us to make a long-term commitment and to enhance our ability to adapt and course correct in dealing with it. For South Africa, the United Nations remains the premier body to support all of us in preventing and countering the diverse and evolving aspects of this threat. We believe the UN is best placed to foster cooperation across the globe, as well as to support member states and regions to implement the UN Global Counterterrorism Strategy and the relevant Security Council resolutions. As South Africa, we remain committed to addressing the threat of terrorism in a holistic manner. It is a difficult threat to defeat, and it requires more than the use of coercive measures. We continue to remain supportive of counterterrorism initiatives that focus on prevention measures, on addressing the conditions that give rise to terrorism, as well as on promoting dialogue, tolerance, diversity, understanding among peoples, cultures, and religions. We also stress that to counter the threat of terrorism, we must ensure that as we act, we adhere to our international obligations and commitments, specifically with respect to human rights law, international humanitarian law, and international refugee law. The Forum has a vital role to play in each of these. As we gather here today, the international community is grappling with terrorism as it remains a stark reality. We face similar but also differentiated challenges as countries and regions. There is no one-size-fits-all to respond. It's thus important that we tailor-make responses and outreach processes informed by our particular contexts. Our continent has not been spared the scourge, and the emerging threat of terrorism in the Southern African region is a matter of great concern to us. The terrorism landscape in Africa has been compounded by the territorial defeat of the Islamic State and the relocation of foreign terrorist fighters to our continent. It's important that we address the factors conducive to the spread of terrorism, such as marginalization and protracted conflict. We therefore encourage the development of partnerships with regional structures, given their appreciation and understanding of local and regional dynamics and their knowledge of the threat, the limitations they face, and the measures that are required to counter these threats. Against this background, we endorse the Forum's recommendations, calling for greater engagement with regional and sub-regional organizations in support of their interests and needs, including capacity building and sharing of best practices. We acknowledge the contribution of the Forum to the international counterterrorism strategy over the last decade. The guidance that the Forum has given and the working groups have enriched the counterterrorism discourse. We wish to align with the strategic vision of the Forum and underscore that progress can only be made through continuous cooperation assessment and reassessment of the threat through sharing of information, good practices, and capacity building. If we are to succeed in countering this complex and evolving threat, international cooperations in all our formations remains key. As South Africa, we will continue to support all initiatives aimed at strengthening international cooperation, and we will actively engage in all relevant multilateral processes. We wish the Forum continued success in its work and assure it of South Africa's continued participation in its processes. I thank you.